You know, Mike, I know and you do not politicize these things, but the Donald Trump thing in the market amazes me. When they're up, it's all because of him and looking forward to him. When they're down, it's all because the Democrats and how horrific they are. Yet some of our biggest point fall-offs, 3 of the biggest of the top 10, occurred during his administration. Now, a lot of those were in the COVID years. I get that. But, you know, you either own the markets or you don't. It does confuse me, but thank you.
At the core of Donald Trump's support is a sickness, a virus that robs one of their character and strength to speak out against something so wrong it eats at the core of who we are and what we can be. And nowhere like Fox News has that virus spread so thoroughly and effectively. So much it's rare to see moments like this. I'll show you that in a second, but first, I'd like to remind you, please subscribe to Really American on YouTube. It helps get our message out, which is this.
I'm as mad as hell!
Okay, so Fox, they're infected, but there are occasional moments of honor and integrity, like this.
Well, first of all, Mr. President, we don't work for you. I don't work for you. My job is to cover you, not fawn over you or rip you.
Okay, so that on Fox, really rare. But as the stock market continues to slide into recession territory and the tariffs and DOGE and deportations of American citizens threaten American farms, American jobs, American lives, well, you can see these 3 suck-ups squirm as they beg Trump to dance for MAGA so the whole grift doesn't collapse.
You know, in terms of what's happened with the tariffs, it would be great because we're close with Japan, close to a deal with Japan, where now Italy feels as though the president yesterday said 100% chance of a deal with the EU, so that'll be tremendous. We know that Israel said, I'm ready to go 0 tariffs right now. I think the little and big deals will start to begin to grow and put additional pressure on China, who is also doing their version of Jerry Maguire, trying to lock up their neighbors first, Malaysia, Vietnam, and trying to lock in deals with them. We're the better partner, so we got to get aggressive.
I know I don't want to impact the negotiations in any way, but I think it would be great for the market. It would be great for the country if we could get some readouts on how these negotiations are going so you can calm people down just a little bit. I think people just don't know how long the pain is going to last. If we could just get a little bit of information of how it's going, I think it would be great.
Yeah, if you talk to Republicans, they say, I just want some wins. I want a few deals.
Just a few.
So that we can say, I told you so.
Right.
Donald Trump knows what he's doing, the art of the deal. That's what he's known for. And so I would like to see a few deals.
I got to stop you there, Barbie. Trump isn't a deal maker. The art of the deal, it was ghostwritten. He has no idea. There's no deal coming because Trump doesn't know how to compromise.
I want to be a dictator.
That's true. For Trump, there is no win-win because in his disturbed mind, if you win, it means he lost. So the idea there's a deal to be cut would mean that these countries trust him, but no one trusts him. He has turned on every single person and organization he knows, from Ted Cruz to Marco Rubio to Elon Musk to NATO.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay.
So here's what you need to know about tiny fingers.
Prove that I'm lying. Prove I didn't see your dick.
Trump put a tariff on war-torn Ukraine with tens of thousands of murdered women and children, but no tariffs on the country that attacked their schools, hospitals, and aid stations.
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why you think our country's so innocent?
Trump loves America like people love rental cars. As soon as you're done with it, you leave it on empty and walk away.
I would like to see a few deals done over the next few days, or maybe next week or the next 2 weeks. Just, I agree with you, to calm down the markets a little bit and calm down the American public.
Right, because we are getting money from the tariffs, and the president is pointing out that money is coming in because of that. But in the big picture, we want deals with allies.
Right.
And businesses need some certainty, especially the small businesses.
Right.
So we'll see what goes.
Okay, now, that is a lie, and let me explain. When Brian Kilmeade doesn't have Trump in his mouth, he's lying. Money isn't coming in from these tariffs.
Can you guarantee that those tariffs won't increase prices for Americans, including at the gas pump and the grocery store?
But these countries aren't giving money to our government. You and I, we pay these tariffs and higher costs. Everything from cars to lumber to shitty extension cords at Walmart.
We've been talking about inflation for a long time, just how high prices have gone. When you put a tariff on a product, it is not that the other country gets taxed per se. It's that the cost gets pushed on to the consumer here in the United States. That's how it works. That is the economics of it. When people ask, what's the math? They say, oh, we're getting taxed. How are we getting taxed? I don't understand. It means that you're going to walk into Walmart, you're going to look at the product, and the price tag for the product that you want is going to cost more, not less. That's it. It's that simple. And how former President Trump can speak the way he does about what he thinks the tariff is going to do, the idea that it's going to tax the Chinese or it's going to tax, it's just not the reality of the situation.
You see, I think Trump is using deportations to hide his failure with tariffs. Man-titties is stuck between promising to bring back businesses that have never been here to come back here. That's like telling your ex-wife, I've changed. Like Apple, which has never made an iPhone in the U.S., to claiming fentanyl is coming in from Canada, which it's not, to balancing his bullshit about millions coming across the border while he's claiming he stopped every undocumented entry when he clearly hasn't done a thing other than photo ops with the Border Patrol. Trump is lost, which means Fox is lost. Tiny Fingers will tell his mob to not watch Fox News. Maybe, but what would they watch then? Newsmax? That's like watching paint dry. And Fox?
We have seen a little bit of market upset. What is your perspective on the way forward?
Well, you used the word complicated, and that's exactly what it has been over the last week, Katie, where one day the tariffs are going to go up, and then there's going to be a delay in the tariffs, and then there's going to be a tariff on another country, and it's been up and down and up and down. And by the way, the stock market went up and down with these things. I think that the president's emphasis on tariffs right now is misguided. I think we have a very wobbly economy. We saw a not very good jobs report on Friday. The consumer confidence numbers are sinking, and other indicators are not positive.
So when Fox gives a platform to opposing views, Trump loses his mind.
There, he surveyed some cars. It was happening as, Americans' 401k accounts were facing some struggles because of this tariff war happening right now. Was that an appropriate thing for the president to do there? Was it sensitive to the moment that we're in, buying a car, using the White House as a backdrop for that?
Fat Donnie, whose sociopathy is so out of control that he attacks the one station that bends down so far a chiropractor can't fix them, he tweeted this about the Fox anchor who didn't oppose him or question him, but simply was curious how the whole thing works. I watched Jackie Heinrich from Fox over the weekend. She was absolutely terrible. And with the market dropping 500 points a day, Steve Ducey's kid, who pushes back on man-titties with more frequency than I ever expected, he asked this innocent question as Trump was pimping Teslas for Elon.
How like is that one?
How does this work?
And I want that same color.
Are you going to put down a credit card? Elon, would you take a personal check from the president?
I do it the old I give checks. Sure. I like checks.
What is your message, President Trump? Buying a new car while there are some folks who will see this clip at home and they are struggling with their retirement accounts down at the moment, uncertainty about work ahead.
Well, I think they're going to do great. I think our country had to do this. We had to go and do this. They've taken away, other countries have taken away our business. They've taken away our jobs.
Here's the deal, people. Trump's attack on America could not succeed without the propaganda spewed by these haircuts at Fox. Trump needs them and rewards them. Pete is at 5 o'clock somewhere. Hegseth got the defense secretary gig, and Trump just gave this mope a job at Homeland Security. Fox is Trump's Pravda, which was USSR's tool for lying to its people. But even this collection of ass-kissing little boys has its moments. And with everything crashing around Trump, could Fox right its ship and begin to care more about the country than sucking this cow's sagging teats?
You're a nasty person.
That would be no. They have no credibility. Fox News integrity is like putting toothpaste back into the tube. It's going, gone.
Goddamn right.
Terrorizing our communities
are your leaders. Incompetent, unqualified people compromising national security.
Yes, yes, yes.
Elon! They're eating the dogs.
Who's benefiting? What billionaire just got richer?
They had what? Bloated and fat and disgusting.
I like that.
We're a nation that speaks English.
Look, if something like that thing's dark ugly.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.